Welcome back to the Handy Landlord. So you guys have been watching the red house. I am on to a new purchase property. So I kind of live a double life. So this is a new purchase for me. I kind of live a double life because I have YouTube that I'm editing and I always get behind on videos and I want to stay like current with what I'm doing and what I'm working on, but unfortunately it just doesn't work that way. My shorts are probably the most current thing to my life. Whenever I post shorts, it's like what I have going on right then and there. Merry Christmas. I did buy myself this Milwaukee 30-degree cordless nailer. I've been wanting one for a very long time. Never pulled the trigger. I had a bunch of pro points built up and yeah, I basically paid $53 out of pocket for this and I used all of my pro perks. So I am on to my next project, but you guys are still on the red house and there was actually a project in between all of the projects. There was a firehouse that I was working on that I just completed. It's done, it's rented. It was for a landlord that I work for. So what's funny is I actually traded my labor for a lot. So he had a vacant lot that is close to one of my other properties and actually traded a vacant lot for my labor. Here's a little sneak peek of this place. There's this mobile scooter in here, but a little sneak peek of this kitchen. It's kind of rough. So you guys enjoy this video, doing a little bit of doors, doing a little bit of flooring, doing a little bit of painting, doing a little bit of mix of everything, kind of mix it up a little bit on this video. It seems like there's about 500 or 600 of you watching my series. All right, back to the video. I'm going through and painting the doors right now. This is the setup that I use right there. And then I always like to use cardboard, especially like toilet box cardboard. It's extremely nice because then you can run your roller right against the cardboard at the bottom and not have it stick to your drop cloth. One thing I wanted to show you is you see that discoloration right up there at the top of the door. So that is actually from people hanging wet items over top of the door. Maybe a couple turns ago, maybe 3 turns ago, I started painting the top of the door. I actually had a place treated for bugs, and once the guy treated for bugs, it was extremely infested. But once the place was treated for bugs, then it was like all the doors at the top had discoloration and they were a little bit swollen. I was in a place also the other day and I noticed a lady was hanging her wet washcloths for each child on top of the doors. And I explained to her, they're not gonna hold up to you hanging wet items on top of the door. Please stop doing that. You know, so I explained that they are just like fiberboard and you can see that there. So just trying to make these places as solid as possible. So I just started painting the top of the doors. Takes me an extra 20 seconds per door. Always a constant battle to make these places as solid as you possibly can. And even when you do that, it doesn't matter, they still get destroyed. The one thing that I do wish is that Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, somebody would carry in stock door slabs that were foam filled. Not solid wood doors, foam filled doors. You know, like that Great Stuff foam, they sell those doors, but they're special order. Instead of having this, you know, there would be foam back behind there, so you would not, you know, have these issues. Ryobi power washer. So I want to make this into a jetter for like kitchen sinks or like drains like this. I don't know if it would work. I would just like to try it. Trying to get this up. So I'm gonna power wash it, scrub it with this job site scrub brush. Really don't know. That's what I'm gonna do. Definitely expecting it to do a little bit more than that. Wasn't expecting it to be perfect. I'm not really sure what to do. Now Fido really got a hold of this. I don't know what kind of dog they had. Yeah, I love dogs. Just not in my rentals. This trim is kind of weird. It is smaller. The last series, I told you that I beat the dog tar out of these 5-in-1s, and right there was a prime example. All right, so I made up this little piece right here, placed it up there, got it exactly where I want it, and then I marked it with a razor blade. You can see that mark right there. So then I'll use my oscillating tool, which I've been having a lot of problems with this. I don't know if it's the terminals inside, but it's like every time I use it, I gotta like shake the dog tar out of it. Of course it's not doing it now, but I gotta shake the dog tar out of it to get it working. So. Oh yeah, baby. Caulk and paint. All right, let's cut this piece. .35 3/4. So you want to measure from point to point. Then you come back to your saw. You already have your 45 on this side. Line up your tape measure right on the point, and then you mark 35 3/4. And then if you're not really familiar with cutting, this would go that way. So just so you know. Now I know you're thinking, oh man, these pieces look really rough. They look really rough because they've been used before. This is just the saw that I carry on my truck at all times, and my DeWalt saw stays in my garage unless I'm doing a ton of trim. So right there on your mark. Test fit it. Hard to do one-handed, but yep, that's pretty good. I need to cut that little bit of caulk out of there. And at 45. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow, that looks good. Didn't even hit anything on that one. Miss. Rookie. Gosh, you're a rookie. 19. Alright, caulking it up. 18 gauge nails, just caulk them. Done with it. Gotta get out of this place. A lot of times I like to have a damp rag whenever I'm caulking, just to wipe it all down. No one's ever gonna even know that I replaced this piece, that I scabbed that in. No one's gonna know, except me and you. Next on the list is this door. Now I just installed this door 1 year ago, so a lot of times they've been out recently. You can grab them with channel locks and then just pull the pins out. Off to the kitchen we go. Now, some of you may remember this property, and these hinges up here on the top are glued. So let's see how hard it is to get it off. Right there. So that just goes to show you right there how strong the PL Premium is. Look at that. You're telling me that's not going to help keep that door in place? There's not one door in this place that's sagging or pulling away on that top hinge. So keep that in mind whenever you're doing these doors. Let's see how hard it is to get it off. There you go. That's that. So it's going to take a lot of extra force, and then all I do is just run sander or chisel that off.